Hello and welcome to our very first episode of The View of the Valley. I'm Nick Gabriel, your host, and today's guest is a Marist baseball player with the arm of a cannon, but that's just the tip of the iceberg about him. This guest today isn't your typical athlete. He balances his drive and determination on and off the field, leading his team throughout the MAC conference to developing an innovative t-shirt brand and even more. Today's entire episode will be posted to YouTube and podcast, so be sure to check those out in the link in our bio. So please like, follow, and subscribe so we see your support. Today we welcome D1 athlete, entrepreneur, and possible MLB draftee from our very own Hudson Valley region, Dylan Hoy. So Dylan, thanks so much for being here today.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
You're coming off a sweep of Iona this weekend. How do you feel?
I mean, obviously, it's always good to get 3 wins in a row, especially with the weekend before sweeping Monmouth. So, 2 clutch series that we were able to get wins in, and team's looking good right now. It's a great atmosphere.
Yeah. So what do you credit your team's success right now?
I mean, honestly, it's obviously the great coaching that we have. It's a great coaching staff, great environment. Everybody's getting along, but I think it's just that family bond that we have right now. We're all looking out for each other. We all want to play for each other. So once you have that atmosphere, nothing's better.
Well, you definitely add to that level of success. And I just want to roll back to, your own personal success on the field. Freshman year, you started every game. And then freshman year, you jumped from a .095 to a .410 batting average. That's insane.
Yeah.
How did you, what'd you do?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of people that ask me that question. And, going back and thinking about it, the COVID year was that .095, and it was my first year playing Division I baseball. And, it was a big jump from high school to college ball like that. And during COVID, that time, I took some realizing to develop some parts of my swing that I needed to fix, and mainly the mental side of the game. So this guy, John Hodson, he's a mental strength coach. He works with Monmouth now. He worked with a few major league teams as well. We just dove into the whole thing of, being present in that specific moment when you're hitting and not getting too big and thinking about other things in the box rather than just going out and playing, So once I made those 2 adjustments, it kind of took off from there, and now it's going really well. So
it's a big mental game.
Yeah, huge.
Do you ever take those mental tips and roll it over into your everyday life?
Yeah, I mean, I think figuring stuff out on the mental side of life along with baseball is so important because, you just got to realize that take it day by day, take it step by step, and being in that present moment is truly valuable. So
yeah. So how do you keep that competitive drive up, every year, striving to get better?
Yeah, I mean, I know that being an athlete, you always want to win and compete, but knowing that your competition's always training and they're trying to beat you, when you go out on that field, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, anything, your competition always wants to be the one that wants to be better than you. So knowing that and keeping that in the back of my mind keeps me on that edge. I want to play.
So where do you find time to be, to balance being a D1 athlete, a student athlete? Where do you find this balance in your life?
Yeah, I mean, it's just putting priorities straight and knowing where you want to go. I mean, for me personally, I want to play baseball as long as possible. I want to try to get to the professional level. And on a business part of things, I'm an entrepreneurship major, and I want to, get into the whole sports agency and start something up there. So just putting those 2 things in perspective and saying that, I really want to be successful in those 2 areas kind of allows you to, put things into place.
Well, speaking of the future, July of this year, MLB Draft 2022.
Yep.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big one coming up. It's the first year I've been eligible since my senior year of high school. Unfortunately, I didn't get picked up there. Things didn't fall into place. But, I'm feeling pretty good about this year. But a lot of people on my side, like one of my advisors and my coaches here at Marist, my mental strength coach, Hodson, they all say to just go play the game and be yourself and things will line up. So, I've been in contact with a bunch of teams, but just really focusing on this year, winning a championship with these guys over at Marist and, hope for the best. Hopefully I can get picked up.
Yeah. So how are you preparing, say, for this big transition?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just taking it day by day, like I said, living in that present moment, trying to, get better. The game kind of tells you what areas you need to get better in, and right now I'm just taking that and flowing with it.
Okay. Say for, 2022, your junior year,
Yeah.
What do you want to see improvements on with yourself in your game or even in your personal?
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously a bunch of things I want to improve on, but the main part is just making sure that I'm a good teammate on and off the field and good to my family, being a good family person, just really showing strong relationships throughout there.
Yeah. So what do you credit, your success on the field, off the field?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I know it sounds kind of silly to say, I don't think it's so much myself. I think it's more the people that I'm surrounded by, by yourself. You're a great person, allowing me to get this opportunity on the show. But more specifically, my teammates, my parents, and my coaches around me, they're giving me these great environments and great relationships to be successful. They're putting me in good positions to be successful. So that's really where I'm coming from.
I just want to go on and touch something that maybe not a lot of people know about you.
Yeah.
You are an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about this? It's a really interesting fact.
Yeah, I mean, like when I came into Marist, I didn't know what direction I wanted to go in the school side of things. I started off to be a teacher, and you have to do certain hours with that. You have to go into the classroom with the kids. And don't get me wrong, I love kids, but I just realized after going in that it wasn't for me. I couldn't be around in that setting all the time, and I sat back and I thought, I love to talk. I love to be interactive with people. So why not be an entrepreneur, establish myself? I can kind of start my own business. And this past year, I kind of took on the role of wanting to be a sports agent. So now if I can do those two things, be a sports agent and hopefully start up my own agency one day, I feel like, be the best of both worlds.
Most athletes that I've talked to they'll do like spring training with some kids, but you took this to the next level.
Yeah.
What said, hey, I want to do sports agency?
I mean, it's just in the process that I'm in right now, like you said, with the draft coming up in July, it's pretty special and unique to go, be a player through it, let alone being an agent trying to help a player through it. So, I mean, me going through this process, I'm learning a lot about stuff, about the draft, with the MLB draft, and I feel like furthering myself and really helping other athletes in the future, I would really enjoy that.
So is there a certain type of sport that you mainly focus on? Or is there...
Yeah, I mean, I would like to mainly focus on baseball at first because that's my expertise as of right now. But hopefully if I can grow the business, or I should say the agency in the future, then kind of expand it towards more sports and grow it as big as possible. You kind of, like I said before, take it day by day and see how far you can go.
That's super exciting.
Yeah.
So you're a D1 athlete.
Yep.
You're a student.
Yep.
You're an entrepreneur, self-made.
Yeah.
Now, how many hours in the week are there? How do you do that?
I mean, it's just, like I said before, I don't want to be too repetitive with the whole putting priorities straight, but it's really that. It's like, yeah, you're a teenager, I'm 21, I just turned 21. You want to go out and party and stuff like that, which is nothing wrong with that. You can go have fun sometimes, but really knowing, the route that you want to go and working towards that every day, that's how I kind of keep track of things.
Definitely. Yeah. So would you have any advice to someone looking to create their own brand, create their own?
Yeah, I mean, don't be afraid of failure is the first and most foremost thing, because failure is going to come, and that's how you're going to get success in the future, from learning from that failure. So that being that, and just going with the flow. If you feel like something is yours and you feel like something can work, try it. Don't be afraid to try it. So just go after it.
Do you have any advice to any aspiring athletes too? Because I know I have a little brother who wants to be D1 athletes someday, D1 baseball player, shortstop too.
Awesome, I love it.
Any advice in that sense?
Yeah, I mean, for me specifically, going through the process, it was very nerve-wracking. When you're young, you always want to play a college sport and professional sport in the future. But the biggest thing I can say is listen to yourself, listen to your heart, and just always believe in yourself. Because, there's going to be people that doubt you. There's been people that said, oh, Dylan, you're too short to play Division I. Oh, you can't play shortstop. But, luckily I'm here at Marist College doing both. And it's just about finding that right place and finding that inner passion in yourself to say, you know what, I can do this. So truly believe in yourself. That's my one thing.
And finally, what does it mean to be a part of the Marist community? And how do you think you've been a prominent way of helping us? And I know everyone loves stopping by and seeing the game. So what does it feel like to be like a Red Fox?
No, I really appreciate that, and it's amazing. As soon as I stepped on campus in 2017 for my official visit, that's when I committed to Marist from high school. I knew it was the place for me. All the people surrounding me, the coaching staff, just the general public, everybody's truly, amazing, and it's a home feeling. So to be a part of this and to say, like, yes, I go to Marist College proudly, it's nothing better.
So I know a lot of people have interesting stories about like their signing day or like when you first heard the news.
Yeah. I mean, nothing too crazy. I came to a camp here at Marist, and they've been recruiting me for probably like a month or so beforehand. And Coach Traz saw me for the first time that day, and I played pretty well, but I don't know how much playing wise really affected them. I'm sure obviously it helps. They want a good player, but meeting them for the first time, really seeing them, allowing myself to introduce myself for the first time in person, was amazing. So I think that helped out a lot.
What has been your favorite memory of playing Marist baseball?
So far, I mean, it's just been the bonds that I've created, with all the guys, because everybody you have a different relationship with. Being a part of this team and this organization is amazing. And I think the most memorable part is yet to come, because we truly have a special group here, and I know you guys are going to be watching us throughout the rest of the year. But I don't want to jinx anything, but I truly think that we could win it this year. So hopefully that memory is yet to come.
I want to roll back into that part where you were talking about
Yeah.
your own agency, your own sports agency.
Yeah.
So where did you first get that the idea? And can you tell us its name and stuff?
Yeah. So the first part of this is my T-shirt brand. It's called DH3, which is Dylan Hoyt 3. My number's 3 here at Marist College. And the part on the front of the shirt is "Create Yourself." It's a tattoo that I have on my arm. And it's just the whole idea behind it is being your own person, creating your own lane, and just, going for it all, just trying to be your own person and develop your own things. So I want to try to attach a sports agency through this brand. We're kind of going to want to change the way that athletes move and how they can develop through the system, because there's plenty of talented athletes out there. As many people know, there's thousands, millions of people who play sports. And a lot of people go unnoticed every year. So if we can get those athletes on a main basis where we can put them in front of scouts from where it goes from MLB, NBA, NFL, every league, and just give them an opportunity and a chance to showcase themselves, I think that'd be really unique and successful.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Is this a way for you to keep and stay connected with the sport?
Definitely. I mean, it's gonna, allow me to create and establish even more connections with future people, and just stay in the sports as well, because that's the lane that I want to take. I've been an athlete my whole life, and I want to stay in that path because I just find a true generic love for it.
Yeah. So do you foresee yourself, well, say if potentially being drafted,
Yep.
carrying on with this too?
I mean, if and when I like to put things into perspective, I always try to look at the positive outcomes. When I get picked up, hopefully it's this year, I kind of just want to focus on that for the time being, and really just put my all and my effort into that. And after I'm done playing, I would like to develop this further so I can put all my time and effort into that. I don't want to kind of, half and half sort of say, I want to put my full focus into it.
So if anyone is looking, say any aspiring athletes are looking
Yeah.
for more information regarding your sports agency, your
Yeah.
brand, anything, where should we tell them to go?
Yeah, I mean, you can go to my Instagram, the official DHoy, and kind of just hit me up through there, and then we can exchange phone numbers, emails, whichever you guys are interested in, and further contact through there. So
Definitely. Well, Dylan, thank you so much for being on the show.
thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Good luck with the season.
Thank you.
Perfect.
If you've made it this far in the video, why not drop us a quick like and follow? We're a student-run operation. We're trying to provide you with quality content, so please, 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 we appreciate any support. If you have any advice or ideas, drop us a comment, send us a message, or more. We're expanding from the on-campus to the off-campus and the community too. So thanks again for all your help, and I'll see you at our next episode.
Things, projects.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty open, basic person, ball player, as we all know. Hopefully an entrepreneur one day with the sports agency, but I kind of just go around day to day, enjoying life, always with a smile on my face,
Okay.
just enjoying what I do.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're